Have you ever had a man kiss you, and in that moment, you can feel he's still half in his head? He's there, his hands on your waist, his lips on yours, but part of him is somewhere else. Maybe it's distraction, maybe it's distance. And you can sense it, because as women, we always sense it. Now imagine this instead. He's kissing you. And suddenly, it's like the world around him disappears. His breath slows, his body leans in closer. You feel his focus, not just on your lips, but on you. In that second, you know he's not thinking about anyone else, not comparing, not wondering, just lost in you. That doesn't happen by accident. It's not about having perfect lips or a movie scene moment. It's about energy. It's about the words that slip between the silence, the little things you say that go straight past his body and right into his brain. Because here's the truth, when you know what to say while he's kissing you, you can make a man feel something he's never felt before. Not just attraction, connection, not just desire, devotion. And the best part, you don't have to be anyone else to do it. You don't have to play games or pretend to be cooler, sexier, or more mysterious. You just have to understand what makes a man's mind lock in on a woman. So tonight, I'm going to show you exactly what to say. 5 powerful phrases that make him feel chosen, wanted, seen, and completely captivated. Because when you whisper the right thing in the right way, during that moment, it hits him harder than any kiss ever could. And here's the secret. No one tells you. When you can reach a man on that level, his mind, his emotions, his instincts, you won't have to worry about keeping his attention. You'll own it effortlessly. So if you're ready to learn the words that make him forget every other woman and remember you every time he closes his eyes, stay right here. This is about to change everything. Let's talk about one of the most powerful things you can ever do in a romantic moment, making a man feel chosen. See, most women think attraction is about being the one he wants. But real power, the kind that makes a man forget every other woman, comes when you show that you're the one doing the choosing. When a man kisses you, his body may be fully there, but his heart, that takes a second longer to catch up. He's in that in-between space, half pleasure, half presence. That's your moment. That's when your words can shift the entire energy. Lean in. Let your lips hover just close enough that he can feel your breath on his skin. Then, in a low, calm voice, whisper, "You have no idea how much I wanted this." Simple, soft, but it hits deep. Because in that one sentence, you're saying, I chose you. Not out of loneliness, not out of convenience, but because you wanted him. Men don't admit this often, but they crave that feeling to be desired, not for what they can give, but for who they are in that moment. When you express desire with confidence, when it's you giving permission, not waiting for it, it flips the dynamic completely. He stops being the one chasing validation. Suddenly he's the one who feels lucky, grounded, seen. And here's the secret most women miss. The power isn't in the words themselves, it's in the energy behind them. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. If you whisper those words with hesitation, it sounds like you're seeking approval. But if you say them with calm certainty, a slow tone, steady breath, soft eye contact, it becomes intoxicating. It tells him you're confident in your desire. You're not afraid to own it. That energy drives men crazy because it's rare. Most people are terrified of revealing they want someone. They fear rejection or loss of control. But when you own your wanting, it becomes power, not vulnerability. And men feel that deeply. In that kiss, he doesn't just feel your lips, he feels your intent. You're not performing for him, you're connecting with him. It's no longer about winning each other, it's about meeting each other. That's what makes it unforgettable. Because long after the kiss ends, long after he goes home, that moment will replay in his head. The way you said it, the way your voice dipped on that last word, the way it felt like time slowed down. He won't just remember the kiss, he'll remember the choice. That you could have had anyone in that moment, but you wanted him. And when a man feels chosen like that, he stops looking around. Because nothing and no one compares to the woman who makes him feel seen, desired, and lucky, all in the same breath. Here's something most women never realize. Generic attraction fades fast. You could be the most beautiful woman in the room, stunning, magnetic, everything a man says he wants. But if he feels that what you say, what you do, how you act could apply to anyone, it doesn't stick. Because attraction without personalization is like a beautiful song without lyrics. It sounds nice, but it doesn't mean anything. So when you're in that intimate moment, when his lips are on yours and the world gets quiet, this is your chance to make it personal. Not with rehearsed lines or cliches, but with words that show you're right there with him. You could whisper something as simple as, "The way you're touching me right now is driving me crazy." Or, "I love how you always take your time with me." See, that's not just about him being attractive, it's about him being seen. You're showing that you notice the details, the way he moves, the rhythm of his breathing, the small things that no one else has probably ever commented on. And that right there is where the magic happens. Because men are used to hearing praise for surface things, their looks, their confidence, maybe even their body. But they rarely hear something that reflects how deeply you're paying attention. When you highlight something unique about him, you bypass his ego and go straight to his core. It tells him, "You're not just another man to me. I see you, I feel you, I notice you." And here's what's fascinating. The moment he feels that kind of recognition, something shifts. He's no longer just kissing you, he's connecting with you. He starts to crave that energy, the kind that doesn't come from performance or perfection, but from presence. Because the truth is, most of us, men and women, are starving to be noticed, to be truly seen, to have someone pay attention to the tiny, invisible things that make us who we are. When you give that to him, especially in a moment as intimate as a kiss, it creates emotional gravity. You become the person who sees him, not just who wants him. And that distinction makes all the difference. So make it personal. Notice the curve of his smile, the warmth of his hands, the tone in his voice when he whispers your name. And when you speak, make it specific. Real, present. That's what makes your words and you unforgettable. Because the truth is, anyone can turn a man on, but not everyone can turn him inward. When your words make him aware of how deeply connected he feels with you, it's no longer about the kiss, it's about the moment. And that's what he'll remember long after your lips are gone. Let's get one thing straight. Passion alone doesn't make someone unforgettable. Passion can be thrilling, wild, explosive, but it burns out fast if there's no control behind it. What truly drives a man crazy isn't just how much you want him, it's how calmly you own that desire. That's what I call feminine composure, the energy that says, "I want you, but I don't need you to complete me." It's power, wrapped in softness, fire disguised as grace. When you're kissing him, the moment is electric, and yes, you can let that passion show. But then, just as he leans in deeper, take a breath. Slow down. Let the silence between you do the talking. Maybe you rest your hand on his chest, meet his eyes, and say in that low, confident tone, "I love how you kiss me." Pause. But don't think for a second, "I don't know how lucky you are right now." And then smile, not a playful giggle, but that knowing, grounded smile that says you mean it. That energy, calm, centered, in control is irresistible because it tells him something no words can. You're not lost in the moment, you're leading it. Most people think confidence means being bold, loud, or dominant. But real confidence, the kind that captivates, is quiet. It's the stillness that says, "I know my worth and I don't need to prove it." When a woman can combine passion with that kind of grounded confidence, she becomes magnetic. A man might meet women who are passionate. He might meet women who are confident. But when he meets one who is both the one who can make his pulse race and still look him in the eye like she's reading his soul, he's done. It's the balance that makes him stay. Because when you're calm, he feels safe. When you're passionate, he feels desired. And when you blend those two energies, safety and seduction, he starts to feel something rare: trust. Trust that this isn't just chemistry, it's connection. And here's the part that most people overlook. Calm confidence isn't just sexy, it's emotional leadership. You're showing him how to match your energy. You're teaching him that desire doesn't have to be frantic or rushed. It can be deliberate, meaningful, powerful. That's what keeps a man coming back, not because you're hard to get, but because you're impossible to replace. So next time you're in that moment, don't rush it. Don't chase intensity, create it through stillness, through breath, through the kind of eye contact that says, I'm here, I'm not afraid, and you're lucky to be in this moment with me. That's calm confidence, that's feminine power. And that's what makes a man not just kiss you harder, but respect you more deeply. There's a moment right in the middle of passion where everything slows down. You're still kissing, still close, but suddenly there's quiet, a space between breaths. And that space, that's where emotional connection lives. Most people miss it. They rush through it, afraid to break the rhythm, but that's the moment, the perfect moment to say something real. Not dramatic, not planned, just honest. It could be something as simple as, I feel so safe with you right now. Or maybe, you make me forget everything else for a second. Those words, those small, gentle truths have power. Because in a world full of surface level connections and performative intimacy, honesty is electric. Now, let's be clear, this isn't about confessing your love mid-kiss or overwhelming him with emotion. It's about showing presence. It's about letting him feel that this moment isn't just physical, it means something to you. Men aren't used to hearing that kind of authenticity in moments of passion. They expect heat, not heart. So when you drop something emotionally honest, calm, unfiltered, true, it hits differently. It bypasses his ego, his logic, his defenses, and goes straight to his heart. And here's the beauty of it. You're not being needy. You're being real. You're not saying, I need you to make me feel safe. You're saying, I feel safe with you. There's a world of difference. The first one comes from fear. The second comes from confidence. And confident vulnerability is one of the most magnetic things a woman can ever express. Because here's the truth. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's emotional courage. It's saying, I'm willing to show you something real, even when it's easier to hide behind mystery or attitude. When you let that truth slip out softly, in a whisper or a breath, it creates intimacy that no amount of physical attraction could ever replace. It tells him you're not just there for the rush, you're there for the connection. And here's what happens next. When a man feels emotionally safe with you, his entire energy shifts. He becomes more open, more protective, more loyal, because you've reached a part of him that most people never touch. Men may be drawn to beauty, but they stay for peace. They stay for that feeling of being seen and trusted. So the next time you're in that moment when everything's quiet and close, dare to say something soft, something true, something that reveals you, not hides you. Because when you mix sensuality with sincerity, you stop being just another moment in his life. You become the memory he keeps coming back to. There's something deeply powerful about a woman who knows when to stop. Not because she's playing hard to get, not because she's following some rule, but because she owns the moment. You see, most people think attraction is built in the middle of a kiss, that the magic happens when things get intense. But the truth, the moment that lingers the longest, is the one where you pull away. It's the pause, the breath, the smile that says, I could keep going, but I'm choosing not to. That moment, that decision drives a man absolutely wild. Because here's what it communicates without you saying a word. You're not losing yourself in him. You're enjoying him. There's a difference. When you pull back from the kiss, slow, deliberate, calm, look him in the eyes. Let the silence hang for a heartbeat, then smile and say something playful, like you should probably stop before I fall for you completely. Or even better, something teasing but warm. Careful. you're making this a little too hard to walk away from. That line does two things at once. It flatters him and reminds him you're in control. Men find that combination intoxicating, the woman who gives herself to the moment, but still carries that self-assured calm that says, I'm choosing this and I can stop it whenever I want. It's that balance, openness with boundaries that makes him crave you even more. Because when you end the kiss on your terms, you're not rejecting him, you're reframing the energy. You're reminding him that your presence is a privilege, not a guarantee. And trust me, that's the kind of moment that plays on repeat in his head. He'll remember the way you smiled before you pulled away. The way you looked at him, not desperate, not uncertain, just quietly powerful. It's confidence wrapped in allure. It tells him, you can have my time, my touch, my energy, but only as long as I want to give it. And that energy, it doesn't make a man chase you because he's confused. It makes him stay because he's enchanted. He'll start replaying that moment over and over. He'll remember how your lips lingered just a second too long, how your voice dropped into that teasing tone, how you left him wanting more. Because that's what high value attraction is not about withholding affection, but about creating anticipation. You've shown him passion, connection, softness, and now mystery. You're the woman who can light him up and still walk away smiling. And that kind of energy, that's unforgettable. That's magnetic. That's what keeps him coming back, not because he has to, but because he can't help himself. Here's the thing. Love, none of this is about learning lines or tricks. It's about energy. It's about remembering that you are the experience. The kiss isn't what makes him obsessed you are. Your confidence, your calm, your ability to be playful 1 second and sincere the next. That's what he'll never find anywhere else. When you can mix desire with self-worth, softness with power, passion with presence, you become unforgettable. Not because you're trying to be, but because you're being real. So the next time he leans in, remember, every kiss is an opportunity to show him who you are. Not a performance, but a connection. Let him feel your confidence, your focus, your choice. And when you pull away, let him wonder what it would take to earn another moment like that. Now, I want to hear from you because this is where it gets fun. Tell me in the comments, which of these 5 phrases are you going to try next time? Or maybe share the one line you've said that completely changed the energy between you and a man. And if you want more tips like this on attraction, connection, and keeping your power in love, make sure you hit that follow, subscribe, or heart button, because trust me, we're just getting started.